Please adhere to YouTube's selected guidelines before viewing the content of this video. I do not encourage or condone any products, actions, or behaviors shown in this video. All videos are produced in a safe, professional, and controlled environment. Please do not attempt to replicate any actions performed during the video. All actions are performed by professionals.
Alrighty, so today I'm going to be driving my 1980s diesel Mercedes on a rainy day, which of course I'm looking forward to doing a little bit more so than not, as I love driving my car right here, which is in specific a 1985 Mercedes-Benz W123 300D turbo diesel sedan with the OM617 inline 5 turbo diesel under the hood. It's currently got about 285,000 miles on the odometer, but the odometer is broken, so it's probably a bit more than that, but I'm looking forward to driving it. Let me tell y'all what. My plan today is to drive from this park I'm at right now to a strip mall where I have a P.O. box and whatnot. And thankfully, it's not really raining right now. There's some water kind of coming off the trees a little bit, but it's not actually raining right now. It does appear to have stopped for the moment. But as we can see over here, there are still some very dark clouds and whatnot. So I'm thinking it is quite likely it's going to start raining as I'm driving to where I want to go. It's probably going to be about a 20-minute drive, I'm thinking at least. Yeah, looking forward to making the drive. Let me tell y'all what. But I do suppose, without further ado, I should probably go ahead and get in my car. And I do suppose I should probably go ahead and get it on and get to driving now, shouldn't I? So, let's go and hop in, y'all. Oh, take a look at the gauge clusters in case y'all curious. Go and get it all closed up just like that, and go ahead and just get it mounted in the mount I've already got set up and whatnot. And there we go. That should hopefully work a little bit better so than not. Might bring this down just a little bit. Just gonna readjust it just the tiniest bit, I'm thinking. There we go. That should work. Hopefully y'all can see everything just fine. Gonna go and take my phone out of my pocket, and I'm gonna go and grab my keys out of my pocket now. And get my car all started. It is already warmed up, so we're not doing a cold start by any means. Let's see if it starts first crank. I hope it does. It would be embarrassing if it doesn't, right? Just gonna let the glow plugs go, of course. It's a diesel. Let's see. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna try not to use any gas, because sometimes I need to on cold starts. There we go, y'all. There we go. I'd say that's first crank enough. That's close enough for me. Gonna go and take myself a little bit of a sip of water real quick. Just see a new Toyota Land Cruiser drive by. That's pretty nice. I ain't gonna lie. I'd still much rather have my Mercedes, though. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. But without further ado, I think it's time for me to go ahead and get going. Since it is a little bit more of a rainy day than not, though, I need to turn on my lights, and since it's also a little bit humid outside, and my car loves to fog up a little bit more so than not, as you guys can see from my back glass, I'm getting more just a little bit jumped up. As you guys can see from my back glass, though, my car likes to fog up just a little bit more so than not. So let's go ahead and 1, turn on the rear defrost, and 2, turn on the front defrost as well. Now, if I really want to turn on my defrost, this is what it sounds like. It gets very loud. So I'm keeping it on low mode, because otherwise I'm afraid y'all will not be able to hear anything. So without further ado, now that I've turned my lights on and done everything I need to do, let's go and get out of here and let's go and get to driving, y'all. It was raining quite a bit earlier today, though. I went out for my first smoke of the day, and I was just standing out there with an umbrella, and I was still getting wet. It was coming down. I was like, this is a bit much. We haven't gotten rain like this in a little while. It's been raining off and on these past couple days, but not nearly as much as it's been raining today. And it's also extremely windy. Like just had a little bit of a burp. On the way here, I was kind of getting blown around just a little bit, which, you know, is something I'd expect if I was driving a van or like a sort of boxy car. Like I've driven a Scion XB before on like the highway and whatnot, and that just gets blown around on windy days. I've driven an old Ford Aerostar on the highway before. That, of course, just gets blown around on windy days. It's a box. mean, like, don't get me wrong, like, this car has, like, 1970s, 1980s styling, and it is more squared off than not, but it's not a box by any means. So I was surprised I was actually getting blown around, but I looked at the weather, and it was saying that the wind right now is like 15 miles an hour, with gusts up to like 25, and I was like, wow, that's really high for my local area. Now, there's a little bit of a puddle right there. Just go all the way around that, not going through the puddle by any means, so, you know, we ball going into the oncoming traffic lane. There's some stuff in the road as well, a bunch of branches in the road. It's just been so windy, everything's kind of blowing everywhere. I was walking out of where I live today, and I walked out and it was just like, oh my god, it's not just raining, it's raining leaves too. Because there are just leaves coming down everywhere. That's how windy it is. It's wild. Ooh, very nice 90s or early 2000 Camry. Which is it? Oh, 2000, 2001 Camry. Due to the back lights. I can tell. Yeah. Very nice, very nice. Good cars. Used to have a 99 Camry myself, and it was such a good car till it, well, decided not to be anymore. But that wasn't really the car's fault. It was the previous owner's fault for running into a telephone pole. So, nothing to be done about that. This corner, this is like a 90-degree corner. Like, I don't know, I do not know why they made the corner this sharp. Like, I think they were planning on building another road and they just never did. This is like the sharpest corner of all time. And there's a scooter up here, just like dumped on one side of the road. I'm pretty sure this scooter, like dead ass, I'm pretty sure that's a bait scooter, y'all. Cause like, do they even do, like, I know they do bait cars. Do they do bait scooters, though? Either that or somebody stole it and dumped it. But that's just sitting there. It's not, like, in front of anybody's house or anything like that. Oh, somebody doing a U-E in front of me. Just gonna wait, I don't know if I'm bold enough to make the... Oh, nope. School bus is turning. All right, I was about to say, I don't think I'm bold enough to try to pull out in front of a school bus. not in this car. It's too slow to accelerate, and school buses, I have no faith in their braking capability with how big they are. I'm sure they brake better than not. I just don't feel like getting rear-ended by a school bus. I'd prefer to keep my car. I like to drive this car very carefully. I've had cars in the past that I just frankly put, like, I like them, but I just don't care about them, and I'll drive them a little bit recklessly kind of thing. Like my 99 Camry. It was a beater car. I would get it up and try to jump it off of little curbs and stuff like that. Like over train tracks, not really little curbs, but like over train tracks, I'd gut it before train tracks and try to get a little bit of air. I think I did get a little bit of air one time, but it really was like only an inch or two. Like, I just really didn't care about it, because it is a 99 Camry with like 200,000 miles on it or something like that kind of thing. Ran well, but I knew it wasn't going to last forever. This car, on the other hand, I want this car to last forever, so I try to take as good a care of it as I can. It got really cold, though. Really cold, really fast. Like, I left where I live this morning, and it was probably in the mid-60s. Like, I was just comfortable walking outside in this shirt. I've got, like, don't get me wrong, I've got a long sleeve shirt under it. But I was just comfortable walking outside in just this. But I was doing the intro, and man, let me tell y'all what, I was kind of feeling like I needed a little bit of a jacket. Glad I got heat in this car. If I didn't have heat, that would be pretty bad. It's not really as much of a rainy day as it was previously. Like, it is still a rainy day because it's, well, there's rain on the ground. It's not really raining anymore. starts raining. I don't usually say this, but I actually do hope it starts raining, because I don't want to clickbait y'all. Oh, Lord. Fucking idiots. I'm not even going to blame the guy. Two people were parked just straight up in the right lane. There was somebody else parked in the right lane like half a mile back. The white truck, and then there was a white truck coming over, so I got in the turn lane to to avoid him coming over at me, because I didn't realize he was coming over until the last second. The hell, idiots! Just put your car in. Just take your car off the road. The curb ain't that high. Just wheel it up on the curb, or like put it onto a side street or something. Just don't put it on the main road. Like, what the hell? Like, come on. I'm getting some sprinkles. I am getting some sprinkles on my glass, on my front windshield, though. So, might start raining. We'll find out. So I'm sure some of y'all were probably wondering why I just whipped my head around. On some cars, I'm comfortable not doing that. Whenever, oh man, early 90s Ford Escort Coupe. Yo, it was beat as hell. That's what I love, beater cars. Early 90s Ford Escort Coupe. Yo, that went so hard. Literally dented as hell, but oh man, I haven't seen one of those in a long time. That was so sick. What was I about to say though? Oh yeah, sure. Excuse me. I'm sure some of y'all might have been wondering why I just whipped my head around to just take a look behind me. Well, one, to check my blind spot, which of course is what I normally do on the highway and everything like that kind of thing. I normally whip my head around, check my blind spot, everything like that kind of thing. Some cars on normal roads, and I'm confident nobody's actually in my blind spot, I'll just look in the mirror, make sure, and I'll be good to go kind of thing. This car, the mirrors are really small though. And while I do have some like circle mirrors that kind of make it a little bit bigger, I still don't really trust them very much, so pretty much every time I'm switching lanes, I turn my head which way, just to know for sure that nobody's there, kind of thing. Especially since also I just don't want to wreck this car. So, that would suck. I like this car quite a bit. Alright. Dude in front of me has no brake lights except for his third brake light. Bruh. Typical Hyundai behaviors. And it's a Hyundai. Typical Hyundai behaviors, y'all. Not that I can really say anything. I've driven around with a broken taillight for like 8 months. So I can't really say anything, but that's 2 broken taillights out of the 3 he has. At least he still has 1. Could be worse. And I guess right now it's kind of like a rainy, not so rainy day. Kinda. Like, it's wet on the ground, it's windy, it was raining, but it's not raining anymore. So it's kind of like a rainy, not rainy day, oddly enough. Or rainy, not rainy anymore day? Nah, that's not really the right way of putting it. I don't know. Ooh. Nice Civic DX with a little bit of a AutoZone hood scoop. Get that race-inspired modification. Yes, sir. I'm trying to remember the acronym for RICE. Race-inspired car equipment. It was rice. Let's go. I gotta gun it for y'all once, though. At least once. I gotta gun it for y'all at least once. I gotta see if I can roll some coal. Am I gonna be able to roll some coal? I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to, but I might give it a try. I might very well just have to do that. I've only ever gotten this car to roll coal once, and that was when I was pulling out, and I hella had to gun it, because I didn't realize how fast the car was going until I pulled out, and I was like, oh, let me gun it. I made it. I didn't get in a wreck, but I had to hella gun it. A lot more than I normally do. Looks like there's a fire truck or an ambulance coming or something. Oh yeah, EMT in a Tahoe. Nothing I can really do, I'm just gonna keep chilling here. I'm not gonna pull out in front of him. No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't pull out in front of him. No. No good neck cracks today. Tried to crack my neck a couple days ago, and I did it like really fast, and it ended up hurting for like the next 10 minutes. I was like, wow, okay, I'm gonna have to keep that in mind. Stop trying to crack my neck so fast, because I just like twisted it like the wrong way. I was like, what just happened? It was not comfortable. It was not. So the road I'm turning on right now, though, is like a semi-highway. I'm like, it's not really a highway. It's like a boulevard or something. Well, I was about to say it's actually called Boulevard, but it's actually not. What I'm on right now is technically a boulevard name-wise, but it's actually not really a boulevard. But it's kind of like a boulevard. Everybody speeds, everything like that kind of thing. Just gotta wait for my chance to turn. Been sitting here for a minute, but ain't no biggie. There we go. Made it. Can't complain. Wasn't even sketchy. Wasn't even risky. I'm just gonna roll down my window a bit because it is getting a bit warm in here. I ain't gonna lie. Oh! Square body! Is it a Blazer? Yes, sir! Square body Blazer. That's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. It's just parked on the side of the road back there. It was, it was pretty nice if I do say so myself. I like myself a good old square body. Accelerate! 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 It's so slow. But that's part of the charm now, isn't it? Roll my window back up because, getting a bit chilly. It's getting cold outside. It's getting chilly! Why did it get so cold so fast? Like, literally over the course of, like, 30 minutes. I feel like it dropped, like, 15 degrees. That's insane. Why does everybody get Nobody's getting over. I'm not really like full on 100% throttle, but I am still going a bit more so than not. And I'm glad I didn't go 100% throttle. Not that I'm even breaking the speed limit right now. Like I'm literally not even breaking it. But there was a cop back there, so I guess it's a good thing I didn't go quite full throttle now, isn't it? Because otherwise, you know, I might have gotten a ticket. You know, my car, 125 horsepower, like 3,500 pounds. You know, it's fast as hell. I would have gotten a ticket if I had gone 100% throttle instead of 90% throttle. Yeah, I think so. Well, no, we'd be really fast out here. I think I'm gonna have to retitle this video though. I was thinking it was gonna start raining on this drive. It hasn't. It hasn't started raining on this drive. It's just been chilling, in all honesty. Well, it's been rainy-ish because there's rain on the ground. But I think I'm gonna have to retitle this video to driving a 1980s diesel Mercedes on a wet day. No, on a rainy day, on a wet day. Because it's not actually raining right now, it's just wet. So, man. Excuse me. It's getting a little bit dark, though. I already got my lights on, I'm all good. Slowing down for no reason? Yeah, sure. People like to do that. I think it's just because there's somebody driving kind of slow up here. Or not really driving slow, they're just accelerating slowly because it's a big truck. People are just trying to go way too fast, like they're trying to just speed up because they think everybody's going to start going faster, and then they have to slow down because actually no. Nobody is actually going faster. Big truck, though. Big truck. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Gotta roll down the window, though. It's getting a bit hot again. Goodness. Goodness gracious, it's getting warm in my vehicle. Man, what is the deal with this traffic, though? Oh, my goodness. Like, seriously, actually, like, oh my god, there's a lot of traffic. Traffic is, like, it's currently 4:42. It is, like, I guess rush hour. Because rush hour in my local area goes from, like, 3:30 to 7. I don't even know how that works, in all honesty, but... Ooh, 1980's Econoline. Ford Econoline, very nice. There's the long wheelbase too. Very cool, very cool. Or at least long, like, extended version. I don't know if it was actually long wheelbase, but very cool nonetheless. Nice traffic, though. There's not usually traffic around here at this time. I wonder what's going on. Odd. Odd, to say the least. Either way, it ain't bothering me. I'm still having a good time driving my 1980s diesel Mercedes on a wet day. Certainly no complaints on my behalf. This is a fun time. This is a fun time. Just enjoying chatting with y'all, driving, having a good one. Cannot complain. Cannot complain. Just about at the shopping center strip mall that I need to go to. Just gotta park up now and pull in and park up pretty much. Pretty much all that's gotta happen, I think. We got a Lidl. We got a Harbor Freight. We got a pretty good cigar shop, if I do say so myself. And then there's a UPS store as well, which is where I'm going to. There's a Chick-fil-A too, there's a Home Depot, PetSmart. That's some good stores. Pretty standard American strip mall shopping center type of deal. But actually like on the better side. There's much worse than this. This one's actually pretty good compared to a lot. Set up cameras. I wonder if they had break-in issues here. Just wait for this guy. I'm just gonna pull in here. Pull all the way back there, actually. And where do I want to park? I'll park. Yellow, not yet. What was I about to say? Yellow plate. Red plate is a red plate. North Carolina only had red plates for 2 years. So they're rare. I own one. I'm very glad to own one. It's not on my car, but I own one. And it's very cool to see cars with red plates on them, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. There we go. Got myself a little bit of a parking spot. Certainly no complaints on my behalf. How's my parking looking? Is it okay? I should probably back up a little. There we go. All good. No worries at all. Now I'm gonna turn off my lights, turn off my defrost, grab my keys, put them in my pocket, I think. And now, I'm gonna go ahead and just, well, I just suppose showcase where I am and do a little bit of the outro. It took about, what, 25 minutes to drive here, I think? Yeah, not too bad by any means. Made okay time. About pretty standard time. Not super fast, not super slow. About standard time in my personal opinion. Certainly no complaints on my behalf. Hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video. Let's hop out of the car. You know. It's pretty though. Look at the sunset, y'all. That's quite pretty if I do say so myself. You know, certainly hope you guys have enjoyed watching today's video. If you guys have enjoyed watching today's video, of course, please make sure to like and subscribe for more content. I have my Instagram, my book, my merch, my P.O. box, and my other channels all in the description down below. Go check them all out. It is so pretty, though. It really is so pretty, though. Let me tell y'all what. Oh, my goodness. Look at that. It is gorgeous. It is so pretty. Man, why do we always get the most pretty stuff when I'm not, like, hiking or on top of a mountain? It's always when I'm in a strip mall. That's when the most pretty moments always happen. But, thank you so much for watching today's video, y'all. Certainly hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video where I drove my 1980s diesel Mercedes on a wet but not rainy day. It was rainy earlier, but not when I was actually recording this video. I certainly hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video. And as said, make sure to like, subscribe, check out everything in the description down below. And until the next one, stay safe in peace and have a great one. Yes, sir, you know what I'm saying?